So now when we're talking about compounding or polishing a painted surface, the materials you use are critical. They're very important, and they are going to vary slightly from brand to brand depending on what kind of paint it is that you're trying to compound. Now, as far as the tools or materials that I'm talking about, everything from the type of buffer to the type of buffing pad to the actual compound. Those three things have to work with one another, otherwise you're not going to get the results you're looking for. Essentially, there's two different types of buffers. You've got a rotary style, which is that pad is constantly turning in one direction only. And then you've got these like jitterbugs. They just kind of like vibrate, someone like a random orbit DA sander. For buffing out paint, those little jitterbug buffers are useless. They're absolutely useless. And it's the whole reason is because of, on a surface level, what actually needs to happen to the paint in order to actually be able to polish it. And at the end of the day, those little jitterbug things, they don't create enough friction and they don't create enough heat to actually polish the surface. So a rotary buffer is really the only way to go when you're looking to do any surface corrections with paint. And specifically, you want to try and find one that is a variable speed. You don't want one that's going to go from 0 to 100 like that, because again, when you're polishing this, there is a little bit of finesse involved with the amount of pressure, how fast you're moving that buffer around, and specifically how fast that buffer is rotating, because that dictates how much heat and friction is being created on the surface that you're trying to compound. Think of your paint coating as a thin of, say, plastic, right? Now, when you're buffing, what it is that you're trying to do is you're trying to heat that plastic or warm it up. You're trying to warm the plastic so that it becomes somewhat soft. And in doing so, you're able to take material from here, and while you're buffing, you're able to pull that softened material and kind of pull it and spread it back over a different area. When you do that, you're taking material from here, you're filling in the scratch marks or from sanding over here. So you're robbing from Peter to pay Paul, essentially. But unless you're able to create that heat or that friction, you're not going to soften the surface enough to pull that material and drag it over into an area to bring back that high gloss. It's just not going to happen. So that is why you need to have a rotary style buffer, because that can create as much heat as you want, sometimes a little too much if you're not careful. Whereas that jitterbug style, it's just not going to do it. I mean, you could sit there, stand on top of the buffer and put it on high speed. It's not going to cut. It just physically is not able to do it.